Afternoon, everyone. So what you just heard is what the T-Rex was believed to have sounded like according to a more recent study. No one knows for sure, obviously, but it is believed to have sounded closer to that than what it did in Jurassic Park. Speaking on that, when I created the blog a bit over 2 years ago, known as an omnivore snore, I mentioned that the Tyrannosaurus couldn't see prey if it wasn't moving. But a bud of mine from the past had commented, "Don't believe Jurassic Park, they can see, bub." This obviously makes me wonder what else Jurassic Park got wrong. You already know that our field of knowledge in 1993 was way more limited on dinosaurs. So it's not like we can blame anybody here, but still I'm a little curious. It's kind of like, for every one fact they got right, 33 years later, there were probably like 5 facts that were a little bit off.
This thing doesn't live in a swamp.
This thing's got what, a 25, 27 foot neck? Brachiosaurus 30. How fast are they? Well, we clocked the T-Rex at 32 miles an hour.
So basically, in today's episode, we are here to center around the most up-to-date facts about these giants. More specifically, the ones you probably did not know. And yes, I know that this is information you can learn in other places, so why do you want to hear it from me? Yeah, that's what comes to my mind when I see multiple different reviews of the same thing. Like, if it's already been done, why do more people keep doing it? It's because multiple different people have multiple different points of view and ways of creating things. That's why. Kind of like when I sent that blog about autism I made, the first one, to Hickey, which is a dating app for those with autism. I sent that and somebody told me, "This is your own video." I'm like, yeah, what's your point? And they had told me they're not going to learn anything from the video because they already have autism. Motherfucker, you're going to learn all sorts of things from watching my videos. Don't act like a smartass now. And also, I probably should mention, there's a bit of an issue going on behind the scenes of KIS. To you ordinary viewers, it probably doesn't mean much to you, but to me, it's kind of a problem. So several months ago, maybe even last year, I created a new list on franchises of BBM topics, with many of them being original ideas, to some going as far as 4 sequels. Well, it turns out, some things that I thought haven't already been done, they've been done before. If you need an example, let's say the ones I've done about continents. I could have sworn in 2024 that Africa and Asia were the only 2 I had ever done for this show. However, upon further inspection, I technically also did one on South America in 2020. It was called Mysteries of the South. But the thing is, at the time I made it, its subject would have just been South. That's pretty damn vague. So to make it fit better with, these categories and these specific blogs about continents, I just decided that later I would change it to South America. So yeah, clearly if I had just started more organized with these videos, then this probably wouldn't be nearly as big an issue. But we're almost at episode 200, you son of a bitch. And all this time you're hearing me talk about this shit to its core like I know everything about my own series. It turns out I don't know everything. I should, but I do not. So yeah, good luck trying to trust this blogger now. With that said, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, this makes for the second dinosaur blog I've ever done. The other one I did was just okay. Kind of like a lot of the movies based on dinosaurs, they're just okay, with the exception of Jurassic Park. So, let's give it another shot. Now, I found this very interesting picture a couple months ago. I don't remember where I found it, but I did indeed find it. And thank God I did, too. It shows just how much the ground has layered on top of itself throughout all of Earth's history. Obviously, it's not the scale. I mean, look at that truck right there. It's not the scale. If you're wondering how deep the paleontologists dig to find some of these bones, then we're talking like a mile deep for the earliest dinosaurs from the Jurassic period. And even then, that's just part of the Mesozoic era. We're not even going back to the Cambrian era over 500 million years ago. Now, there are exceptions, like when fossils are found on the surface without having to dig at all, because of erosion, is what they call it. I don't know how often you find a dinosaur bone on the surface, because that would be a ton of erosion. Again, the earliest the creatures come from, the more buried down they're normally going to be. Like, 500 million years. And I apologize if it sounds like I'm just cutting from one subject to the next, but I didn't do the greatest job on my script. But one thing to mention about herbivores, like for example the Brachiosaurus or whatever, they never actually ate grass, like horses and other herbivores do today. And you might be thinking, well duh, of course they didn't eat grass, their heads are way the fuck up in the air. They probably couldn't even see the grass. Probably because there was no grass. Yeah, I mean, we all know they ate leaves so that they could see easily, but I am telling the truth, grass did not exist way back then. It was formed during a period about 100 million years ago. And I mean, yes, the dinosaurs didn't go extinct until 65 million years ago, so it's like, what are you talking about, Kale? You might be thinking there was most definitely grass. But you gotta remember though, different dinosaur types existed at different time periods. There was never a day on this planet where all the dinosaur types were alive at the same time. They were far more spread out than that. Some dinos like the Stegosaurus are more old to the T-Rex than T-Rex is old to us. I mean, again, the Earth has been through quite a lot in half its lifespan. Like, it's getting kind of old. And it is wearing down, especially since we idiots can't seem to keep it clean around here. Like, we keep polluting and littering and making the Earth wear down even faster. But that's besides the point. But I will ask you this, though. If there wasn't any grass at a specific point, what did the ground look like? Like, was it just dirt or rocks? Like, what was it? Imagining a world without grass is just a little, out there. Well, that is pretty much the case. I mean, there were still loads of different classifications of plants all over the ground. But, you know, many dinosaurs had thick enough skin to where walking and sleeping on hard rocks and other things wasn't really a big deal for them. They were built for it. Oh, and speaking on dinosaur skin. But for the T-Rex specifically, you know what, probably even a few other types of dinosaurs as well. But the T-Rex skin was not all that thick. I mean, thicker than ours, but still not like an elephant's skin that's like 12 pennies high. And I'm aware that pennies are no longer being made, but they were being made at a point where I was alive, so it doesn't matter. The comparison will always be relevant. You see, elephants are the biggest land mammals. Or, who am I kidding? The largest animals alive today that are land. Stabbing an elephant with a knife is probably not gonna really do anything. But remember though, dinosaurs were not mammals. They are technically reptiles, I think. Or they could have been birds, but they weren't mammals. For elephants, the skin needs to be thick to keep their blood warm. That's what a mammal is. Warm-blooded creature. Dinosaurs, however, were cold-blooded, and if you see all these other reptiles we have today, like snakes and iguanas, well, I don't know if iguanas do it. Reptiles today shed their skin. The cold-blooded animals of this world are gonna love the hot environment. So I don't know if a T-Rex shed its skin either, but who the hell's saying that they had to have really thick skin like a mammal if they were cold-blooded? It would need to be thinner just so they could squeeze out of their old suits, if you know what I mean. Because if it's too thick, then they're just kind of stuck in there. That about wraps it up for this episode. I'm sorry for the lack of cool ending segments with the exception of the previous blog, but I guess technically the beginning segment kind of made up for it, ain't that right?